All right. The wiggle that killed Tarkov.
Hey there, buds. Some people claim that there's a cheater in every single lobby, and others declare they've never been killed by a cheater. The truth is most likely somewhere in the middle. But how can you know? If the game developer knew, they'd ban them. And if a game doesn't have a replay system, which Escape from Tarkov does not have, how does a player know how bad it is? So I came up with a plan to answer.
They don't know. For an FPS to not have an anti-cheat system, that is like almost like certain death for an FPS.
Answer this question once and for all. The plan. Number one, we will find a cheater. This should not be difficult. This is Escape from Tarkov we're talking about here. Number two, we will spectate said cheater, and we will observe their gameplay using their ESP. Number three, we will find the cheater overlord and we will destroy them. Whoa, easy, Tiger. Got a little overzealous there. Number three, we will figure out how many cheaters there are in every Tarkov raid using the cheater's ESP knowledge. Let's go do it. Before we get into the footage, I want to throw this disclaimer in here. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that if you watch this video, it will change the way you look at first-person shooters, especially games like Escape from Tarkov, forever.
Probably not, but let's go ahead and see anyway.
If you enjoy playing Escape from Tarkov and you're having a great time, keep playing the game, and it may not be a bad idea just to not watch this video. But if you're frustrated with the cheating situation and you want to know how bad it is, this is the video for you. The game developers are most likely going to copyright strike and try to take down this video. If that occurs, I have a video ready to go. It doesn't contain any game footage, and I will put it up immediately. And if this video is still up on YouTube, you can try to make a copy of it and download it. I'm not going to go into details there. I'm sure you know how to use Google. Now back to the video. Step one, we need to find a cheater. This was not hard. Just look at these metrics. There are over 1,000 people online right now in this Discord, and you don't even need to be in the Discord to get the cheats. They have sales?
That's the funniest shit, dude. They actually have sales on these things.
Check out this. In early February, they had 4,000 concurrent users connecting to the servers at one time. And this is just one cheat developer of many. And while there are plenty of cheaters in these Discords, I need to find someone that I actually trust. Do you remember Evoker? He was the cheater I interviewed and shadowed in my video, Messy Truth About Hacking in Video Games. He has some pretty fancy cheats that would be very useful to collect the information I needed. And even though I vowed to keep him anonymous, he knew that the cheat devs could figure out if he was the one who leaked the footage. Evoker was more worried about getting caught by the cheat developer than the game developer.
Bro, that is some straight up a mob boss shit right there, man. Like, you're more scared of the bad guys than the good guys.
Let that sink in. The cheat developers are more careful and restrictive with their software than the game developer. Evoker was out.
Yeah.
So I took matters into my own hands and installed some cheats. And 5 minutes later, I was a real hacker. Okay, that was easy. But before we go on this cheater catching rampage, we need to set some ground rules. Number one, fresh account. I'm not playing on my main account. Number two, no killing PMCs, even if I think they're cheating. Number three,
all right,
no transferring of loot, no boosting, and no playing with anyone else. And number four, after a few days of testing, reset the account. So this is the start of a normal match in Escape from Tarkov.
Okay, so I've never played Escape from Tarkov. I just know it's just like a extraction shooter type game or whatever. That's about it. There's a lot of looting, very little shooting. I guess if you're good, you shoot a lot or whatever, but like it's a lot of looting, a lot of menuing. All right, so I'll try to follow along.
It's a night raid, so it's harder to spot players unless you flip on ESP. You can see the player's level, kill to death ratio, their distance, what gun they have out, how much ammo they have, their hitbox or skeleton, everything with this cheat.
I think this is most commonly known as walls for like most FPSs.
And this isn't even a really good one. In addition to that, you have radar down in the bottom right-hand corner. It shows everything, including the AI bots. This is going to be really nice when we're seeing if another player is tracking us through walls, because you can see what direction they're looking with the little arrows. I witness a player with a high KD drop someone on the way in. I plan to creep up and just see what he does. And while I creep up, this other player surprises me. Yes, Even with ESP and radar, you can still get surprised. I follow my rule and let the PMC kill me. I can't tell you how many raids this happened in. Was the guy cheating? I have no evidence whatsoever. As far as I can tell, this was just a normal raid. In this next raid, I decided to investigate this big team fight that was going down. A few players had already died. That's what that white default inventory text is. I gave them several opportunities to get spooked. I even jumped up in this tree to really test them. And nothing. A player scav rolled up and I decided to have a little fun. And yeah, I'm using a voice changer. On the first day of testing, I actually thought I was going to come back to Tarkov. And I didn't want to get recognized in game. More on that later.
Don't shoot, okay?
Oh my god, dude, he's got the chipmunk voice.
Pretty cool. Come over to the tree.
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, there's two.
Okay.
It's painfully clear that these two Chads are legit. How refreshing.
Whoa, don't shoot!
We have a fun little interaction and we go our separate ways.
I saw you looting. You guys were standing still. I could have popped you in the head. I made a pact not to kill PMCs. I'm kind of doing a quest.
Okay. So you guys don't want to loot crack house, right? You guys can just pass through. How about that?
Okay, I'm gonna go through the big wall. Hey, don't flank me. Just leave me alone. Ah!
A player scav? Why are you teaming up with a player scav?
Listen, man. I'm not telling you what to do with your life.
Fair enough.
I thought maybe things aren't that bad. However, I didn't really have a solid plan to determine if someone was cheating or not.
Nope.
How can you know?
How do
I
you
load
know?
into a night raid and I look around the map and I decide to check out this low-level, high KD player. I roll up, glance down at the radar, and he locks onto my position. He lies down.
Ooh.
Is this my first cheater? Did I find one? No.
Nah.
He's literally just AFK. Raid after raid, nothing. It honestly was pretty boring. But then I discovered a secret weapon, the Wiggle. And the Wiggle was all I needed.
Oh shit. Here we go. There it is.
I can't believe it. Two legit players showed up and I watched the cheater destroy them.
Oh god.
I went to the roof to see what he would do, and he was stuck in a healing animation.
I'm like spazzing out right now.
Oh, like, can you use your
I'm spazzing out right now, dude. Oh my god.
gun?
Even cheaters can get Tarkoved.
No.
Another player rolled up, and I died to him. And if you question if that Wiggle was completely random, he sent me a message in game after the fact. Cheaters change their name.
That guy was very mean. Ha ha ha. Yeah, he ended up coming back to the stairs and tried to kill me, and I smoked him. The first person I've met where the Wiggle actually worked, and I got a Wiggle back. Dang. Oh my god. It's like a fucking hand wave. Like, hey, what's up, man? You cheating? Yeah. Oh my god. So I guess like the Wiggle is meant to be like a lean mechanic in Tarkov to like peek around corners and shit, like Siege or whatever. But like if your game doesn't have like a lean mechanic, I'm pretty sure like crouch spamming works. Like crouch like 2 or 3 times or whatever. It's the same thing. Like if you can't wiggle, it's just funnier with like a wiggle because it's like a hello type deal. Whereas a crouch, you're just spamming that shit through the wall. It's like, yo, what up?
Games all the time. The next day, he had already changed his. What's so brilliant about the Wiggle is that it shows the other hacker that I cheat. If they respond to it by wiggling back, it confirms that they have ESP.
Yep.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted them to show their hand. In the hacking community, a Wiggle is a form of a truce, a peace offering.
Yep.
Armed with this new information, I went back into raid to track down another cheater. The ESP tells you who is on a team, and here we have Team 1 and Team 2. And I figured I could find out if the winner was legit or not. Team 1 gets third party, but handles the threat quickly. Killed them. The Team 2 guys, look how much they backed off. They're not even fighting over their friends' bodies anymore. They're just back here sitting in the gas station. What are they doing?
It's so bizarre. You see that happen. You've seen it happen a few times, right?
That's why for the channel, Kel you're hearing. She plays Tarkov as well. We speculated it was possible that both teams might have someone who's not legit. When the ESP turns red, it means there is a direct line of sight to the target. I tested Team 1 several times, and this guy's not watching his ESP if he is hacking. I was pretty confident they're not cheating. I needed to stay close to keep the pressure on. They can't jump this wall right here and kill me if they.
I was gonna say you get so
Suspect me,
close
but-
up in this stuff.
Team 2 loses another player in the fight, and the
Oh,
last man
man.
surviving heads to the extract, which was a wise move. The dust settles, and I try the wiggle.
Yep. Yo, you looking at me through the wall?
Oh,
I see you
he's
too.
wiggling. Look,
Oh my god.
see that?
Yep. Does that mean the whole
He took
team?
out his red. He took out his red rebel.
Does that mean the whole team is cheating if he's doing that?
Let's see what happens when I come over.
It don't matter. You still guilty by association.
This guy takes a few pop shots at me,
Oh,
and I
that
let the
other
cheaters
guy.
take care of him. That scav up there lit me up.
Do your voice changer.
Oh, that scab?
Yeah, dude. Up on the hill. He lit. Unless one of you shot at me, I don't think you did.
No, we were shooting at that scab up there, if that's him.
Wait, he shot me through the barbed wire.
He's just a better player, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be careful. You need anything?
Nah, man, I'm good. That was very difficult to figure out that those guys were hacked.
Yeah, yeah,
He took out his
Jeez.
red rebel the second I took out my
yep, yep.
It's so bad, man.
100% cheating.
That whole team.
That whole team.
The whole
Sometimes I would just
team.
antagonize a cheater with the wiggle to get them to rage hack on me, and it works.
Look at this dude. This is the tryhard cheater who's like doing it by himself.
I know this guy's getting so annoyed. He's trying to avoid me, but you're only level 11. I can keep up with you, buddy.
Hello there, sir. Hello there, sir.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Just runs away. This guy's cheating. He knows I'm cheating. I gotta run away.
He just deleted that level 52. All right.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey there, bro. Wow.
I found it quite common that cheaters ran in groups.
Because it's not enough to cheat by yourself. You gotta do it with your friends.
Their KDs are extremely high, in the top 1%. And after this guy gets this insane nade kill, I sneak up on their position. It should be noted that I am not overweight, and I make sure to silent crouch walk, not hitting bushes, etc. It makes no sense that he would lock onto my position here.
Wiggle.
He sidesteps left and right, and I
Wiggle.
track him to show them that I'm watching.
Hit him with the wiggle.
He knows I have ESP, and he doesn't like it. What are you gonna do? Show me your hand.
Wiggle back.
His buddy's moving in to help him out.
Uh-oh.
They assume I'm gonna just like aimbot him, I bet. He must have the Grenadier task or something because he's looking for nades to throw at me. And before I make any noise, they just start talking.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I have a starting pistol out. I don't have any ammo. You got whoa.
I
Jeez.
set my sights on this very high KD player. He had just
Fucking
dropped
scumbags, dude. Jesus.
I approach carefully. He notices I'm getting close, and look how precise his lock is on the radar.
Found you. Instantly.
Sometimes
Instant
I'd run into a
find,
cheater on the
instant
way
dead.
to another cheater. He snaps to me as I get close.
Yep. Wiggle.
He closes the door, and the wiggle. It surprises me every time. And once I developed the strategy and started investigating more people in every single raid, the cheaters were everywhere. The KD of 2 is good, but it's not that good.
Yeah.
This has got to be so annoying from their perspective.
Hey man, I just got these cheats today. My KD's gonna go up by a zillion.
They don't want to react, but they have to. I keep pestering with the wiggle. They know I cheat. They know I have ESP now. If you're not familiar with how Escape from Tarkov works, you don't make sound when you silent crouch walk underweight like this.
Okay.
This is the most lawyer reaction a cheater can have. It's like he's saying, I know, but I'm not going to let it be known that I know. There's literally no reason for him to be standing over here looking at my exact angle. I hadn't made any noise. This weird standoff continued for a while.
All right, man. Well, good luck.
I try to leave and he sort of holds me up.
Oh my god.
I got to give the guy credit though. He's being a lot more subtle than most people in this video. I was expecting to die right here, but maybe he's like me and he just has ESP and no aimbot.
Bro, walls/ESP is like the hardest thing to detect in FPSs. Oh my god.
I had no idea what this guy was going to do next.
Whoa, bro. Hey, man. I'm backing off, bro. I have a knife. What's up?
And who are you fooling with the fake TTV name?
All right, cool. All right, cool. Listen, dude. I'm not trying to like fuck with you. I just was saying hi. Just doing the wiggle, you know. If you're saying anything, I can't hear you. I just letting you know. Is your buddy cool? Whoa, 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 whoa. We're cool. We're cool. You want me to leave or hang out?
Leave, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I've been
Jesus.
pestering this guy for about 3 minutes, slowly creeping up. And I finally pushed him to his limit. And don't forget about radar. Just look at how locked on he is.
Yeah, he's on there, dude.
Yeah, okay, bud. I'd already gotten these guys to wiggle, but I wasn't recording. You gotta give me a break, though, man. I've had a bad cold. I cannot believe I wasn't recording.
Oh, no.
I'm usually good about it, but I went to go get a drink while I was loading in, and I usually hit the recording.
Messed up your flow.
Hey, guys, what's up?
So, dude, fighting or are we friendly?
Oh, dude, I'm friendly. I'm friendly. You gotta respect the wiggle, dude.
Yo, dude, respect the wigs, dude. Oh my god.
Hell yeah, man.
What you got going on, man? Why are you just hanging out with a knife?
And I wonder how they know.
Just notice how these don't sound like the little kids, really, or at least not to me, anyway. These all sound like older people, like older dudes that like play this game.
Oh, I have my knife out. How are they missing this much?
Because they're not good at the game. That's why they have the download cheats.
Yeah, just come around to the garage.
I feel like you're gonna kill me.
You're not in a position to negotiate, my man. Sounds like you're not doing so
Alright, I
good.
guess I'll come.
And this doesn't break the rule, but this is the closest thing I did to killing a player. Sounds like you don't have much time, brother.
No, I don't.
You better hurry.
Cab though, so I bet you feel really good.
No, come over here and I'll give you heals, but you're the one that's not coming over here. I'm not even the one that shot at you.
I'm on my way. Oh my god. These guys, man.
I felt bad for this guy, but I needed to stay undercover. You gotta get in here, brother. Oh my god, his health is... he's not gonna make it. Come on in, come on in, come on in. He's gonna die before.
Mm-hmm. What's his health at?
4, 3. Get over here, get over here. Come. Get the cover, get the cover. Alright, I'm gonna drop it on the ground for you. See that? I was watching his health tick down and I was like, he's not gonna make it. This is gonna be so funny.
That's funny shit.
See, I've earned these guys' trust, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't gonna kill this scav, and he could have just popped me right there.
Bro, look at how Goat is talking to these people. Like, they're like a different, they're just different or whatever. Like, look at them. Look at what they're doing.
Most hackers won't wiggle back, but it doesn't matter. The wiggle still works. They know I have ESP. Don't forget to check the radar in the bottom right during this interaction.
Oh, he's on there. Oh, no. Looking around. You don't know. Oh, there it is.
Even though I have my knife out, he's worried about me. He's tracking me this whole way around. When you're playing against normal players, they don't ever look at you like this on the radar. Up until this point, you could argue some of this could just be chance. Maybe he thought he saw something at my location and he's watching like a hawk.
Oh. Oh.
But it's starting to become very obvious. And I want to seal the deal in this interaction. Are you back, Travis? This guy's 100% cheating. He won't wiggle at me, but he's doing everything.
Bro, what a clown. He like goes one way and is constantly looking like behind him.
Just basically tracked me in a big circle. Like he's turning back looking directly at me.
Oh
Look
my
at
god.
this. That's my friend Travis. He was watching me record some of these raids live. He's been in several of my shorts. I'm gonna get him to rage on me. Just pop me in the head like he's gonna pop me in the head the second I show anything. You ready?
Ooh, got him.
Let's watch this back in slow motion. He shot me through the bush without an actual sight line. The server had a bit of lag and placed the death behind solid cover.
Open.
In this raid, I was tracking down a rager, and en route to his position, he was dead. It turns out he got killed by a different hacker.
So I have no idea. So it looks like there are, I don't know if he like actually killed him like with an aimbot or he just like did it normally or whatever. But if anything, it kind of seems like for the most part that, because I don't know like the average like time to kill in like Tarkov or whatever, it kind of seems like it's just really quick, like less than a second or like a half a second it seems. So stuff like that, it's easier because I think this game is just like on Steam or whatever and it's just M&K only, right? So it seems like the aimbots, there's not a lot of settings on it or whatever. So I don't know if you can actually like set up the aimbot to like target head, target upper chest, lower chest, like feet, legs, limbs, whatever. Because I don't know, Goat just he died like instantly. So I don't know how like what's the word, progressive or enhanced the aimbot is with like all the settings and whatnot that you can like actually put on there.
A legit player rolls through and the cheater is holding an angle. Geez, I wonder who's gonna win this fight. He gets the kill, of course. Let's see if he'll respond to the wiggle. Looks my way.
There it is.
Wiggle confirmation. I got my knife though. Peace, peace. I just saying peace. Nice kill. I don't know why I told him nice kill.
Nice kill, bro. Nice cheese, bro. Oh my god. Your cheese are the best, man. Yeah.
You got that guy with like that guy earlier. What was his KD? Oh shit. I'm always trying to get them to verbally confirm that they're cheating.
Huh?
What was that other guy's? That guy was raging, the other guy, right?
It was like 15, bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tight too, but I gotta lower it.
Bro, that's so funny. Like cheaters know their KD is too high and they will show up on other cheaters like ESP like this. And they're like, oh, my KD is too high. I gotta just go in and just, I need to die a lot to lower it.
Yeah. It's all good either way. So is a cherry on top when you get the verbal confirmation of cheating. He admitted to knowing the KD of the guy he killed. There's a single bot follower scav still alive. That means a rare boss spawned on the map and there's only one guard left. You ever wonder why it's so hard to get boss kills sometimes? The cheaters will get to them first, and they don't want you near it. Oh, this guy's raging. Jesus Christ, that guy was raging.
So that time to kill was actually a little longer than like whatever that other gun he died to was. That sounded like, I don't know, some sort of like AR or whatever. But it's, I don't know, it kind of sounded like he missed shots, but I don't know anything about this game or whatever. So let's continue.
Watching the radar really seals the deal on this clip. Check this out. There's a tree between us. This kind of works out.
Oh.
You can't argue with the wiggle. It's the closest thing to 100% confirmation. And I got better at identifying the cheaters. I would sometimes find them in back-to-back raids. One night, I ran into cheaters 5 raids in a row. I would love to share some stats with you. In my
Bro, sometimes, like, I don't know, a week or two ago, bro, I was on like Apex or whatever, and like, it felt like I ran into like back-to-back lobbies, like just 2 lobbies where I got cheated on, and like I spectated the person, and it's always like an Octane, and they just know exactly where you are. They're using like, the gun don't matter. And after that, I was just like, okay, time to get off for today. But for this dude to come into like 5 lobbies back to back, and there's cheaters in every lobby, dang, like I can't imagine being a regular player in this game.
My 125 raids, I never ran into a fly hacker. I had 0 raids with the stinky leg invincibility hack. I never ran into anyone speed hacking. And it was actually quite rare that I got aimbot or rage hacked. There were obvious cheaters in about 60% of my raids. The best predictor that a cheater would be in your raid is one simple thing: the number of people in the lobby. If a lobby had more people or was near full, it is almost guaranteed that a cheater is in your raid. Sometimes players would just avoid me and I couldn't really test them. I only reached level 13, so it's not like I was able to outrun and catch up to anybody who really wanted to evade me. The time of day matters. At nighttime, I encountered more cheaters than early morning or midday. It's reasonable to assume that I missed many closet ESPers. I was only able to investigate a handful of people in every single raid. Often I would die to a PMC, or a sniper scav would give me away, or something would happen that would prevent me from investigating more people in the raid. So while I would try to get around and check out as many people as I could, it's just impossible. Even though I literally confirmed 60% of my raids had a cheater in them, the actual number has to be higher. There's a lot more that I'd like to cover in this video. All of the various discoveries I made about how cheaters act.
60% of raids or whatever. I guess that's like in Apex terms, I guess that'd be like a lobby or like just a regular match or whatever. I can't imagine that, dude. Oh my god.
Some of the sussy interactions that I couldn't 100% validate as a cheater, including someone who was streaming live, and much more, such as the difficulty of getting past the stream-proof feature of the ESP. Very difficult to actually record the footage. And what's the actual solution to the problem? And why is it so bad recently? And I'd love to do a follow-up answering all these questions, as well as responding to the comments and the feedback that I'm inevitably going to get. I'm going to end this video with an interview. I hope you enjoy. Okay. This is Luke. You may know him as the co-founder of Linus Media Group and the current COO of Floatplane Media. And he's an avid Tarkov player. And I showed him most of these clips before the release of this video. There was this gasp of just, oh my God. This happened to me when I came across the first cheater. It happened to my buddy Travis when he was watching me play. He had watched me live while I was recording. And it happened to Kelly when she was shadowing me. And it happened to you too. I heard it from you when you saw the wiggle. And tell me how that felt. What were you feeling in that moment?
It hurt, man. It hurt for like a...
So these guys look to be like a little older. Both of these guys, Goat and Luke. But like, I don't know how long they've been playing like video games or FPSs and whatnot, but like, I don't know. It's like, since I started playing like back in the day with like Call of Duty and stuff, it's only been getting like worse and worse for Call of Duty, and then it's like it's a trickle down effect essentially. Like it like just because you download cheats on for one game doesn't mean they're gonna get like transferred to another game. But like the base of like the foundation technology used can be like programmed a little from like the actual people that like know what they're doing to be used in like other different games. And it's like it's not just FPSs, which is kind of hilarious. I mean, for Christ's sakes, there's cheats for Fall Guys.
Reasons that are almost hard to explain too, because like the wiggle specifically being the tool that they use to identify fellow jackasses is so frustrating, because the wiggle was something that the Tarkov community as a whole had used to capture this part of the game which was not fighting each other, which was always so rare but beautiful in its own right.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just tainted in this horrible way. And when you're watching it happen, you're seeing Adam stare at someone through walls with ESP, and you're just hoping the whole time. You know they're staring right at him.
Yep.
You know it's weird that they're staring right at him, but you're hoping. You're like, don't wiggle, right? Because you've heard that it's going to happen. And then when it does happen, I think just all your hope just...
My game doesn't have cheaters in it. There's no possible way that my game could have cheaters in it.
dissolves, because when it's that prevalent, like, what do? I don't know. And you know that something must be common if there's a culture that's been built around it. And when
Yeah.
you're talking,
Yeah, there's a culture called winning, all right? Win at all cost. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You ever heard of that? Of course you have.
talking about how people say like, oh, thanks for respecting the wiggle, that just makes it so that you know without a shadow of a doubt that this is a thing that happens all the time. So that means that there are cheaters running into each other all the time, which means that they're extremely populous.
Yeah, and the idea that the cheaters would group up and team up together against the legit players as if it's a red versus blue, a us versus them situation.
Cheaters versus non-cheaters. That was a little surprising to me, like the team of cheaters, because usually in Apex there's like boosting or whatever. Like you want to get boosted to master, get boosted to predator or whatever. So like you and your buddy, or if it's just you and like some other random dude that paid for a boost, you know, you set aside a couple days or whatever, and you play along with a cheater, and the cheaters got walls, the cheaters got aimbot, and they'll run over to a squad and they'll ping where they're at. You get a couple shots on each of them, and then the cheater will finish them off. And that's just one cheater. All right. But like a team of cheaters, all with walls, all with aimbot or whatever they got. That's new to me. That is some try hard stuff right there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I almost felt like I was impersonating a cheater in role playing. I mean, I'm doing investigative journalism, right? I'm acting. I told this guy, "Nice kill," one time, and
Nice
I like
kill, bro.
cringed inside. I was like, "Why did I say that?" But I was trying to come up with something to like connect with them, and
I gotta connect with the cheater.
it felt like nasty almost, but it worked. And these guys would kind of open up to you sometimes. The guy asked me to friend him afterwards.
I have never once had someone ask me to friend them afterwards.
Oh
And like,
my
it
God.
wouldn't be that hard to tell someone your gamer tag through voice. It just never happens. And then it seemed so common in your raids. So they're clearly teaming up. So not only is cheating enough, but they have to work together, which is, I'm just getting mad even thinking about it.
It's just stoking the fire here,
Yeah.
Tarkov's a game unlike a lot of other games.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's special about it is you tend to value your life in this game. I remember when the Modern Warfare playtest or the beta went live, the recent one, and I found myself, I had just finished a Tarkov session and I started playing it, and I ended up playing, some game mode, and I was just like, I just don't care whether I die or not. I just don't care. Like,
Well, it's Call of Duty. You're not supposed to care if you die or not. You die, you respawn, you go again. All right, that's Call of Duty. All right, this is Tarkov. You know, from what I can tell, it's like when you die, you're like losing a bunch of shit. So it's a different feeling, different experience, different FPS.
I want to win. It's fun getting kills and getting more points, but it's missing that sadness factor when you lose, and when you win, you don't feel like you won much.
Yeah.
And Tarkov is not like that. And why do you think cheating is so much of a bigger...
Well, one reason there's no sadness factor is because Call of Duty is more of an esport than Tarkov. I don't know if like Tarkov, I'm pretty sure they have, I don't know if they have tournaments or not. I mean, maybe they do. But like Call of Duty's been going hard for years.
deal in a game like Tarkov?
I played Eve for many years. It feels similar to Eve, where I think even more so in Tarkov, but with
Yeah, because there's a huge investment in both Eve and Tarkov.
Eve and Tarkov, not only do you lose everything that you have when you die,
Uh-huh.
but the things that you have are highly customized to how you like to play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in Eve, you don't customize the individual components, you just customize what individual components are on your ship. And it's very easy to just rebuy all the stuff that you previously had using I don't think it's actually called a blueprint, but using what I'm going to call a blueprint. It's been a long time. In Tarkov, you can technically save a loadout for a firearm, but I think the amount of people that use that is not actually going to be that high. It's mostly streamers. So you have people that have taken a gun into a few different raids and maybe added some attachments to it along the way, customizing it, changing colors on it to make it like look cooler or feel better in a variety of ways, making it truly their own. And then you lose it, and recreating that might not be the easiest thing ever. You might not even have access to some of the attachments that are on that firearm until you're further into the game. You might also have a piece of armor that you can't buy on the flea. That is the only version of that armor that you had. You might have various things that are irreplaceable or not easy to replace. And you lose those, and not only is re-gearing in Tarkov extremely tedious, so you instantaneously lose a very significant amount of just your own time, because you invested a bunch of time into that loadout, and then you waited sometimes extreme amounts of time to get into a raid, started running around, and then got taken out by a cheater or a regular player or a scav or whatever it is. But you lost it all. So not only did you lose the time investment, but you also lost all the things. So you lose this value number that you're constantly staring at in your stash, which is your ruble amount or total stash value. But you also lost a very significant amount of time.
You know, cheating is always going to exist in almost everything in life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's reasonable understands that. But there's certainly an acceptable amount.
It's like it's a matter of degrees and how much is acceptable. Yeah.
And
how much each level, or like the farther you go in the gradient, how much each step of how much more of an advantage you get from each step.
That's different for everybody. What would you designate is the acceptable amount that you would deal with in a game like Tarkov?
0.
It's hard to quantify like an exact number, but I think understanding, like you said, that people are going to cheat at everything imaginable, it should be low enough that I don't assume that it's happening. It should be low enough that if someone's like, oh, I died to a cheater, my default reaction to it is like, oh yeah, right. You know, like, probably not, dude.
So he wants it to be low enough so that he can't see it. He doesn't want to be able to see the problem, even if the problem is there at a minuscule amount or whatever. But unfortunately for Tarkov, it's an FPS, and FPSs are the most likely genre to have cheats developed for it. Because in reality, most people suck at shooting, and it is what it is.
You probably just got owned. The guy's probably just better than you. And I think the main problem with Tarkov right now is that I don't necessarily feel that way. My exact reaction when someone says they died to a cheater isn't like, oh, come on. It's more, yeah, that sucks. There's a lot of them right now. Which takes it makes me question every single engagement I ever have.
Yeah.
And it removes the like, I would like to be at a state where if I lose in a video game, I want to watch the replay back, figure out what I could have done better, figure out what that other player did really well, and try to grow myself forward so that I don't lose again, instead of dismissing potentially all of that and just going like, well, I hope I don't run into a cheater next time.
Yep.
While I was editing, just
Well, here's the solve for that. Just buy better cheese, man. Easy.
now, I put together 3 or 4, I think it was 5 clips in a row of me egging on aimbot, ragers. And some of these guys had 20 KDs and 19 KDs, stuff like that. And I would egg these guys on, right, over the course of 3 to 5 minutes. And then they would aim lock my head and go full auto. The sound is very unique when someone full autos your head in the game, because the first bullet kills you, and then the bullets go like straight over your head. And they don't hit the ground, and they're in the same flight pattern. It's a very like strange noise. And after hearing that back to back to back, I had a flashback. I went back to like, oh my God, I remember dying like that several times this last week. And I thought it was weird. And now I have like the repetition to know that it was like an aim lock headshot, spray. And you shouldn't have that. That shouldn't be in your like.
So if he thinks from him saying that, it kind of sounds like it's a more or less quote unquote primitive aimbot. I mean, I don't exactly know, but like if you can die in like less than half a second or whatever, and he's still seeing like bullet trails going in the same spot, that means there's no there's no like portion of the aimbot that will purposely like shoot off the target, and it'll be like some sort of percentage where it's like most of your bullets will hit here, and then sometimes they'll go like at a like just off target, or like maybe they'll go down but still hit, but it won't be a headshot or whatever. It sounds like it's a very primitive type aimbot or whatever, if they're all going at like one spot or whatever.
Like memory, it shouldn't be that common. It should be so rare that you're like, oh, that sounds a little weird. Okay, whatever.
And like it sucks too, because that is technically possible if you set up a gun that has really, really good recoil. If you're really familiar with that gun, say if your skills that contribute to recoil in that gun or ergonomics in that gun or whatever are very high, etc. Like it's possible for someone to get a bunch of shots to you in the dome. It sucks that basically every single time that happens, the default rational assumption is that that person's cheating. I don't know. It just removes so much aspiration when anytime that happens, you're like, it's a cheater again. Because I think probably a decent amount of people that have played this game have, if you've played it a lot, you've ran into a situation where you're wearing like an Elzish or an Alton or something, and you run into someone who has something terrible, like it's some scav with a APS or something, and they just dump like 15 rounds into your face hitbox in a full auto. You're just like, okay, that's extremely obvious that guy's cheating, right? You don't even die.
Yeah.
They all hit you in the face. And it's the fact that we can pretty much all recall when that has happened once or twice is frustrating.
Yeah.
Will you be returning to the game anytime soon?
I want to, man. I do.
I want to.
I've been playing this game since 2017. I don't want to stop right now. Right now, with the amount of things going on, I mean, there's still invisible players. As far as I know, there was a patch like a couple days ago where they said they fixed it, and all the responses on their patch announcement is people dying to invisible players. So there's invisible players, which sometimes is people doing it intentionally, so it's a form of cheating, but sometimes it's just not. I had a really weird kill that I got on someone and that I was like fairly confused about, and then he added me to friends, and he was like, "Man, I didn't hear any of your shots. Like, where were you even at?" Dude, he was like barrel stuffing me. I must have been invisible. I had no idea.
Yeah,
And that
feels
just
bad.
feels so bad because I thought I like got this guy. It was my first SVD kill for Punisher. Like I was feeling pretty all right. He had a kitted out SVD. I was happy about the loot, and then he's messaging me about how I was effectively invisible, assuming he's telling the truth. And now I feel dirty with this SVD. I can't even bush drop it for him because he couldn't communicate that to me before I got out of the raid. So that just sucks. So the invisible players is brutal. The audio stuff that we just dealt with for so long.
Audio stuff. Oh, audio stuff wrong in an FPS? That doesn't sound familiar.
Brutal. And then cheaters feel worse than ever. Even knowing that playing the game is wasting my time, I have other things that I could waste my time with better. You know?
Sure.
And I think right there, that's the crux of it. It's like when there is like a community, more or less, agreeance upon how much cheating is going on, if it's sizable enough, that will hurt like the player base by a significant amount, which is crazy.
That are just going to lead to purely
because people don't want to put up with that shit, man. You know, there's no possible way for you to know if you're going into a raid and there's gonna be a cheater or not. You know, it's like, why would I waste my time doing that? I could go do something else, go play a different game.
really negative frustration because there's a lot of like good stress in Tarkov, right? Like situations that are really stressful that I want to be in. And I've played this game for years. I don't mind losing. I also really enjoy winning. But I don't want to just deeply question every single time that I do lose. And early wipe, it wasn't really like that. When the audio was completely messed up, but there was no invisible players yet, early wipe, this wipe, I was having a really good time. I actually really enjoyed the game. And the vast majority of my engagements, I think, were genuinely fine. Even though the audio was messed up, they felt okay. But somewhere along the line, it just stopped feeling that way.
Ooh. The cheaters started taking off. The cheater devs started getting better at their job.
I don't know where the change is, but yeah.
Yeah. And generally, the start of the wipe is the best because it has the large.
I wonder if there were like, I have no idea about the economy of this game. I wonder if there was like any sort of like real money incentives about this game, like any sort of like item trading or whatever, or maybe if there's like tournaments that go on. Maybe if there's like some sort of like introduction of like real money incentive with it, that was probably around the same time that cheaters started getting like worse and worse.
Just player pool. And then as the weeks go on, it goes to people who are playing more and more hardcore players, and the game gets more difficult. And then the cheaters start arriving. And I think the big thing for me, as far as returning, is like, I know that there are cheaters and I've been rage hacked on, and I can generally kind of feel when a fight feels like it's unfair. But what I didn't realize is just how many like closet ESPers there were. And, you know, they're not wiping the lobby. Like I was talking about the stats in the video. Nobody wiped the lobby in any of my lobbies. It was 125 raids. But what they'll do is if you roll up on them, you're just not going to win if you walk into the building where they're at. You are near Rashala and he needs Rashala. He's probably gonna, you know, click it on and put it into turbo. If you're in their way or you're making their game not fun, you're the one that's not going to have fun.
Yeah.
And that might be one raid a night and it might be 4 in a row. You just never know. And I think it's the ups and downs, the extreme lows of injustice, and just maybe not knowing sometimes is what's the worst.
I think that is the true worst thing about watching a bunch of the footage that you showed me. Was I always kind of had this question sometimes where I'm like, man, there's like no way that guy knew that I was there. But
Oh no, he did.
Maybe he's just a gamer. I don't know, whatever, right? And the main times that I would get really frustrated are when like someone that I know where they are, but they're not on my screen and they're hitting me,
Mhm.
or other weird things where, like you said, you get hit in the head so many times it feels like you were killed by like a pre-nerf rogue or
There seems to be a lot of really good headshotters in Tarkov, it seems like, because a lot of the times when these guys are talking, it's like headshots, headshots, headshots. Like what? Like on M and K, it's like, well, I don't know like how this game goes at all. Like maybe it's easy to like get headshots or something. In most FPSs, it's generally pretty like your headshot like percentage should be like really, really low. But like with how often these guys are talking about it, I don't know.
something, but it's a player, and you're suspicious about aimbots. But seeing how many people use ESP, like I don't want to play a game where people are wall hacking in every single game. We talked about this before,
Yep.
but the reasons why I got into Tarkov were the deepness of like the gun modification systems, the health systems, the different management systems, like playing in this immersive simulator. And I don't want it to exactly mirror real life because that's a little bit too far, but like a lot of the different things that you have to
You don't want it to, but you do want it to. And it feels like the more investment time it goes into, like the more build up time it goes into like creating your character or whatever, getting all your items, all your guns or whatever, the more build up time there is. And then for you to like, okay, I got all my stuff, time to go out on a raid with my stuff or whatever. And it's like, it's a high stakes environment and you can just lose it all. It's like, well, it's a prime opportunity for, you know, cheat developers to come in and just ruin the fun for everybody.
deal with, and concepts that you have to balance in your head when you're playing the game is just so interesting. And knowing that there's people out there that can see through walls, like I'm not playing like Alien versus Predator, bro. I'm trying to play PMCs versus PMCs in this crazy place in Russia. It doesn't feel legit when at least one person on the map with you pretty much all the time is looking through walls. That's crazy. I don't want to engage in that. I don't want to play in that arena.
The way forward is difficult, and it's a lot of work, and maybe it can't be solved today or tomorrow. And I don't want this video to be a big complaint fest, but
it is a big complaint fest. All right, fix my game, get the cheaters out, period. That's all I want.
Honestly, the information that I gathered in my first night, I had a voice changer on because I have been recognized in raid. Probably once a week, I'll say, "Hey there, bud," and someone goes, "Goat?" And I'm like, "Oh, damn." And so I was like, well, I probably can't just, use my voice without getting caught. Cause like I'm going to be saying some things and doing things that are going to look shady. And if you don't know what I'm doing, like it can be perceived wrong. Right. So I was like, I'm going to use a voice changer. After the first night, I stopped using the voice changer because I realized, I don't really care what anyone thinks. I've decided this is such a big issue. Like I'm not coming back until it's like at least in a reasonable place. And I don't.
Yeah, but what's reasonable? What's reasonable for you may not seem reasonable to someone else.
Think that's happening anytime soon, but I sure as hell hope it does.
Yep.
Because I played this game since 2017.
Hopium.
It's been my main game. I love it. Like I will always love this game. I always want to play this game, and I want it to be fixed. It's just not yet.
I've had a bunch of situations playing this game where I've sat doing something and just had this like wave wash over me of like, this is like easily one of the best games ever made. I remember one of them in particular because the situation just felt so insane to me, and I'm sure everyone has a story like this. When you're in that moment, it's so tense but so incredibly deeply rewarding that you just have to understand. Like I've never experienced
all that gets taken away with cheaters and the suspicion of cheaters.
that in any other game. I've referenced Eve earlier in this conversation. I've never even experienced anything that intense in Eve. It's not really the same. And I love this freaking game. And it's just frustrating that it has these problems. And the criticisms that I lob against it aren't because like, oh, like, you know, screw BSG, I hate these developers, I hate this stupid game, whatever. No, I really like this game. And I think a lot of what BSG has done has been good. Maybe I didn't immediately recognize why it was good. Maybe it was bad and they fixed it down the line. Doesn't
No, it's not a problem until it's a problem.
really matter. People are going to make mistakes, but like the state that it's currently in with cheating, with ESP players in practically every raid, makes it unplayable. And I want it to be fixed, and I want the community to care about it so that it does get fixed, because I want to be able to play this game. I want other people to be able to play this game, and I want people to be able to play this game and have fun and not just constantly be concerned about whether or not the simulator that they're playing is actually legit.
I feel like the
You're getting
game
cheated on. Yeah.
dies if the community doesn't make it known, like what they want and what needs to be fixed. And that's where I'm at, really.
Yeah, pretty much. I think this game doesn't survive people quietly quitting. And I think quitting because of cheaters is not necessarily something that most people like. I mean, it gets banned on the main subreddit. Like no one's really allowed talking about it. It's been this weird hush hush issue
Yeah.
forever. And I think that has resulted in people not talking about it a ton.
And when you don't talk about it, it just gets swept under the rug. And it seems like for Tarkov, more and more people cheat because they're tired of getting cheated on. So if you can't beat them, you gotta join them.
It's really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play until something noticeable changes. I might play, like, if there's a wipe, I'll play for the like first week or two at the beginning, because that was just fun regardless. But I won't play in any substantial way until something changes. We need community moderation. No form of automatic anti-cheat is going to fix this problem. We need some type of like replay system.
Replay system. That seems like a good idea.
Every time that I brought that up, people are like, oh, we can't have kill cams in Tarkov. I'm not asking for a kill cam, bro. I don't want to be able to see it immediately, but like when that map fully closes, I would like to be able to go back and review how the map played. See it from different people's perspectives, see that type of stuff. That if someone just beats me because they're better, that is such a better feeling than constantly questioning if someone's cheating. I would way rather suck at the game than just constantly have people kill me. Because
And admire the people who beat you, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Doesn't League of Legends have something like that? I don't know if it's like a first party thing or a third party thing, but doesn't League of Legends have that? Like you can click on a match and like review the match from like different perspectives or something.
exactly.
We've all been killed by someone who's streaming, and you're like, damn. And you go back and you watch their stream, and you're like, damn. And you're like, nice job. You know?
Yeah, and maybe that
it's
inspires
okay.
you to like check out their settings or like how they play the game or how they approach the game or how they modified their various weapons or what their loadout was or whatever. It inspires you to try to be better and grow and move forward. That sounds silly to say in a gaming sense because it sounds like personal life motivation, but for real, instead of just feeling defeated all the time. I don't know.
This isn't the WAN show. I don't have 3 hours, okay?
That's fair. That's fair.
Thank you, Luke, for coming on. Be nice in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.
All right. Good video, man. Good video. Freaking awesome, dude. All right. Peace.